Okay, let's be honest. Have you done your self care today? I know I have because I have decided that Tuesdays are my self care day and I'm recording this on a Tuesday. But there was a time in my life. Oh, by the way, I'm Selena Faye, your midlife guru, coach, best friend, whatever you want to call me. I'm here to talk all things midlife. And today I'm talking about self care. And this is a huge topic for me and should be a huge topic for you too. There was a time in my life that I didn't put myself first. I mean, I was like fifth or sixth on the list. I was a single mom. I had my kids, a house, a job, all those kinds of things to take care of. And taking care of myself was, well, really just not that important. And honestly, back at that time, there wasn't all the social media and all the TV channels and things that we have now that impacted the importance of self-care. Now in my life, I have lots of physical elements and lots of medical issues because I did not take care of myself mentally, physically, emotionally, every single way possible. And so now I'm having to like triple, quadruple up on my self-care to try to take care of myself to compensate for some of that. And I've realized just how important it is. So when I became an empty nester, my kids were grown, doing their life, that kind of thing, and started working on myself, started growing, starting to become a better person every single day, learning more about myself, taking my journey into finding myself. And if you haven't done that, I encourage you to do that. Links in the descriptions. It's so amazing. Once you can truly figure out who you are down to the core, it makes every aspect of your life so much easier. But once I found out who I was and how important it was to take care of myself, how important I am the only person that's going to take care of me. While my mother loves and cares about me, my father's passed away, and aspects of my life, and my kids love me too, I'm the one that's responsible for myself. And while I'm good at keeping my word to everybody else, keeping my word to myself is something that I wasn't so great at. And that is something I'm really having to work on because for some reason it just didn't connect in my mind. And then one day I heard somebody talking about if you tell yourself you're going to do something and you don't do it, you're letting yourself down. And I don't know, maybe it was just that right time in my life for me to hear that, or it was the way that they said it. But it was like, oh my gosh, I tell myself I'm going to do stuff all the time and I never do it. But I would never, ever do that to somebody else. I would never do that to my kids. I would never do that to my mom. Like if I tell somebody I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. And I'm going to do it the best that I can. And I'm going to do it as soon as I possibly can. But when it comes to telling myself I'm going to do something, I have totally done a crap job. I'm just going to be straight up honest. So I'm really I don't know, just when I heard that, it just hit me and it was just like, boom. Why have I not thought this before? Why has it not clicked? Have you ever had something like that in life that it's just like, it may be something you've heard over and over and over and over, and it just takes that one time that it's just like, okay, I got it now. So I've been thinking about different ways to provide self-care. And one of the things that I'm going to talk today about is cleaning. Yeah, cleaning. How easy is that? And I never really thought about it being self-care until, yes, I heard it from somebody else. Do you have a junk drawer? I have a junk drawer. We had a junk drawer growing up. Most everybody I know has it's a junk drawer. I know my country accent makes it sound funny. It's a drawer in the kitchen that kind of everything just gets thrown into over time. So when you're cleaning the kitchen real quick and there's a pen, you just throw it in the drawer, or some change, you just throw it in the drawer. You'll get to it later. And after a while, that drawer gets so full that you've got to clean it out because, you can't shut it all the way, that kind of thing. And so then you got to take, I don't know, it takes maybe 10, 20 minutes at the most to clean out a junk drawer. In the whole grand scheme of things, it doesn't take that long, but for some reason, people tend to let it, people being me, tend to let it really overfill and finally clean it out once it's full to the brim. And then instead of 1 or 2 pens, I've got like 15 pens, and I've got several hair ties, and I've got change, and I've got ketchup packets, and just all kinds of stuff is inside there. But when I clean out that junk drawer, I feel so good afterwards. And it's like, okay, why don't I do this more? Why don't I just go on a whole cleaning spree in the whole house? Why? Because that is too much, and that is overload, and that causes me anxiety, and that causes me to feel bad, and that is not loving myself. That is not self-care. That is making things work. But if I just take a day and I'm like, okay, I'm going to clean one drawer in the house today, and I pick one drawer and I clean that drawer out, not only have I kept my word to myself, So I made a promise and I kept it. And I made that promise to myself, yay me, and you feel self-satisfaction for keeping your word and getting something done, just doing something that makes a difference. And then also just the freeness that cleaning that makes you feel. Like, have you ever just cleaned a room, and it's just like, oh, I just feel like there's so much more room and I can stretch my arms further because it's clean now, or making your bed. My room can be a total disaster, but if my bed is made, it looks a lot nicer in there, So I want to encourage you to do self-care every day. Do something every day that is going to make you or your life a little bit better. If it impacts your life in any sort of a way, it is self-care. Sometimes we make things so complicated and so complex when it's really, really simple. If you do something that makes your life better, makes you feel better, makes you smile, makes you laugh, makes you take a deep sigh of relief, makes you feel like you've lifted a weight off your shoulders, you have provided yourself self-care. So I want to encourage you to go out and go clean a drawer every day. Then when you've got all the drawers in your house clean a cabinet. When you've got all the cabinets clean a closet. And you know what? Slowly your house is going to be so clean and it's going to be so nice. And every single time you've done that, you've built your confidence. You've built your self-worth. And you feel good. Life is better. So go do some self-care. And until next time, take care of yourself. Bye-bye.